Miss Rebecca.
Yes.
You don't look happy, and it's not because of Preschool Express. Why is it?
No, I'm very happy for Preschool Express, and hello, happy Friday. But right when I was about to sit in this beautiful purple chair, I went to move my one book away from Asparagus because I didn't want to knock Asparagus over, and I ran my finger right into the wood, and I chipped my nail, and it just hurt. You know when you stove a finger or a toe, and it's...
Oh, yeah.
So that's what I'm coming off of. So I'm
sorry.
Sorry for myself.
It's okay to feel sorry for yourself. That's totally fine.
Yeah.
That's totally fine. Remember Mr. Asparagus' tip today? It actually came from you about if you're feeling sad. Yeah, so maybe you should watch some animals after this.
Well, you know what? Actually, out the window just this morning, there's a black and white cat that's in like the library yard sometimes.
Black and white
cat. And I got to see that cat cruise by.
That's nice.
And I've seen turkeys out there, and of course birds. And I see windows past, looking out at you guys in virtual Preschool Express world. So you never know what I may see.
You don't know.
No. Already I feel soothed just thinking about it.
Mm-hmm.
The pain is softening.
Okay. And if you're just joining us, Miss Katie and Miss Joyce and Miss Cara, Katie used to work at Swickly too, and so did you.
Oh!
Yeah. Katie lives in Canada now.
Oh,
Yeah. I know, it's crazy.
Canada.
I know. Oh, Canada.
It seems so nice.
Dude, it's pretty nice. It's just, yeah.
Canadian, my favorite gossip website, LaineyGossip.com, Lainey Lou, I think that's how you pronounce her last name, is a talk show host, an entertainment reporter in Canada.
No way.
It's true.
That's cool. And I love Anne Murray, and she's Canadian.
Oh, nice.
Spread your tiny wings and fly away.
Well, I love Anne of Green Gables, too.
Canadian?
Canadian.
Mm-hmm. Yvonne DiCarlo? Dead or Canadian?
Let's stop talking
I'm not
about
sure.
Canada.
Okay, yes.
It's too raw right now.
Let's say hi to Chisa.
Hey, Chisa. Hello, Tallulah.
Yeah.
Hello.
Roman and Oliver.
Hello, Roman and Oliver. Hello, Addison. Hello, Harrison and Abby. Apollo Orion. Hello, everybody
Lincoln,
out there.
Elliot.
Lincoln and Elliot and
Addison.
Claire
Oh, you
and
said
Clayton.
Addison. Claire and Clayton.
Addison are
Lucy and
Ohioan.
Bubba. Dude,
Lucy,
everybody.
hello.
We love you guys.
Everybody, my friends.
Everybody everywhere.
Okay, my friends. My name is Miss Rebecca. That's missing behind the camera. Welcome to Preschool Express. Happy Friday. See, I'm already over my finger wound.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm over it.
Love
okay,
heals.
my friends. What?
Love heals.
Love does heal.
Love heals everybody.
And talking about Canada.
True.
But that hurts a little bit too. Okay, my friends. How do we get started each and every Preschool Express? Our ABCs. Are you ready? Here we go. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, T, U, V, W, X, Y, and Z. Now I know my ABCs. Next time, won't you sing with me? Very nice, my friends. Let's do some counting, shall we? Get those zeros out. You can also use your zero as a little telescope situation. Here we go. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. What are we going to do now? We are going to count backwards from 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. You know what to get out now, don't you? Those hand rockets! Zoom, 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 we're going to the moon. Zoom, 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 we're going to the moon. If you wanna take a trip, climb aboard my rocket ship. Zoom, 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 we're going to the moon. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, blast off! Here we go again. trip. This is big, big, big. This is small, small, small. This is short, short, short. This is tall, tall, tall. This is fast, fast, fast. This is slow, slow, slow. This is yes, yes, yes. This is no, no, no. My friends, Addison, you ready? Kristen, here we go. If you're happy and you know it, clap your hands. If you're happy and you know it, clap your hands. If you're happy and you know it, then your face will surely show it. If you're happy and you know it, clap your hands. If you're happy and you know it, stomp your feet. If you're happy and you know it, stomp your feet. If you're happy and you know it, then your face will surely show it. If you're happy and you know it, stomp your feet. If you're happy and you know it, reach for those toes, which I can do even with my finger injury. If you're happy and you know it, reach for those toes. If you're happy and you know it, then your face will surely show it. If you're happy and you know it, reach for those toes. If you're happy and you know it, lay the drums right here, rowdily on your knees. If you're happy and you know it, play the drums right here, rowdily on your knees. Woo! If you're happy and you know it, then your face will surely show it. If you're happy and you know it, you know to play those drums rowdily right here on your knees. Whoa! If you're happy and you know it, please get out your Tyrannosaurus Rex. If you're happy and you know it, get out those T-Rex arms. If you're happy and you know it, then your face will surely show it. If you're happy and you know it, get out those Tyrannosaurus Rex arms. If you're happy and you know it, shout hooray. Hooray! If you're happy and you know it, shout hooray. Hooray! If you're happy and you know it, then your face will surely show it. If you're happy and you know it, shout hooray. Hooray! Ooh, friends, it was pretty exhilarating way to start story time. Now, when we just did our Tyrannosaurus Rex arms, it made me think of baby kangaroos, which are called joeys. Because just the other night, I was watching the nature program with the I Spy kangaroos, which is fascinating, slightly disturbing, but fascinating. And these I Spy kangaroos, they had like a robotic kangaroo, but like the other kangaroos would come hang out with it. And these baby kangaroo joeys, anyway, I got away from my main point. Joey's arms reminded me of Tyrannosaurus Rex arms. So
it is true.
Yeah,
they are. I never thought about that.
Yeah, I mean they
don't have, they're like my arms.
They don't have. You do have short arms. They do no, what you have is short fingers.
I have short fingers.
You have really short fingers.
Yeah. I could never work
anywho,
at the
the
drive-thru.
Tyrannosaurus Rex arms, as I was singing, I was thinking about Joey's. Is there a cat on the screen?
No, the
What's
cat's
on
not
the
here
screen?
anymore. Nothing. I'm not messing around anymore.
Because I see your tiny fingers.
I'm not messing around anymore.
Okay.
Dude, I love your books. This is like my favorite show. Even though I
friends.
said Book Babies was my favorite show.
Well, they're always different. Not always, but most of the time. Because sometimes you just have your favorites you gravitate back to.
I know.
My friends, our first story today is Alexander and the Wind-Up Mouse by Leo Leone.
Is the wind-up mouse a spy animal?
Maybe, really, ask your super special grown-ups and look at...
It's PBS. It's on the PBS show
PBS.
Nature.
It's not like...
Yeah, it's not some commercial
Nature
venture.
question mark winky face.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like legit.
It's crazy.
I can't stop thinking about
I know.
it. Alexander and the Wind-Up Mouse. Help! Help! A mouse! There was a scream, then a crash. Cups, saucers, and spoons were flying in all directions. Alexander ran for his hole as fast as his little legs would carry him. All Alexander wanted was a few crumbs, and yet every time they saw him, they would scream for help or chase him with a broom. One day, when there was no one in the house, Alexander heard a squeak in Annie's room. He sneaked in, and what did he see? Another mouse. But not an ordinary mouse like himself. Instead of legs, it had two little wheels, and on its back there was a key. Who are you? Asked Alexander. I am Willie the Wind-Up Mouse, Annie's favorite toy. They wind me to make me run around in circles. They cuddle me, and at night I sleep on a soft white pillow between the doll and a woolly teddy bear. Everyone loves me. They don't care much for me, said Alexander sadly, but he was happy to have found a friend. Let's go to the kitchen and look for crumbs, he said. Oh, I can't, said Willie. I can only move when they wind me, but I don't mind. Everybody loves me. Alexander, too, came to love Willie. He went to visit him whenever he could. He told him of his adventures with brooms, flying saucers, and mouse traps. Willie talked about the penguin, the woolly bear, and mostly about Annie. The two friends spent many happy hours together. But when he was alone in the dark of his hideout, Alexander thought of Willie with envy. Oh, he sighed. Why can't I be a wind-up mouse like Willie and be cuddled and loved? One day, Willie told a strange story. I've heard, he whispered mysteriously, that in the garden at the end of the pebble path, close to the blackberry bush, there lives a magic lizard who can change one animal into another. Do you mean, said Alexander, that he could change me into a wind-up mouse like you? That very afternoon, Alexander went into the garden and ran to the end of the path. Lizard, lizard, he whispered, and suddenly there stood before him, full of the colors of flowers and butterflies, a large lizard. Is it true that you could change me into a wind-up mouse? Asked Alexander in a quivering voice. When the moon is round, said the lizard, bring me a purple pebble. For days and days Alexander searched the garden for a purple pebble. In vain. He found yellow pebbles and blue pebbles and green pebbles, but not one tiny purple pebble. At last, tired and hungry, he returned to the house. In a corner of the pantry, he saw a box full of old toys, and there, between blocks and broken dolls, was Willie. What happened? Said Alexander, surprised. Oh, Willie told him a sad story. It had been Annie's birthday. There had been a party, and everyone had brought a gift. The next day, Willie sighed, many of the old toys were dumped in this box. We will all be thrown away. Alexander was almost in tears. Oh, poor Willie, he thought. But then suddenly something caught his eye. Could it really be? Yes, it was. It was a little purple pebble. All excited, he ran to the garden, the precious pebble tight in his arms. There was a full moon. Out of breath, Alexander stopped near the blackberry bush. Lizard in the bush, he called quickly. The leaves rustled, and there stood the lizard. The moon is round, the pebble is found, said the lizard. Who Or what do you wish to be? I want to be... Alexander stopped. Then suddenly he said, Lizard, Lizard, could you change Willie into a mouse like me? The lizard blinked. There was a blinding light, and then all was quiet. The purple pebble was gone. Alexander ran back to the house as fast as he could. The box was there, but alas, it was empty. Oh, too late, he thought. And with a heavy heart, he went to his hole in the baseboard. Something squeaked. Cautiously, Alexander moved closer and closer to the hole. There was a mouse inside. Who are you? Said Alexander, a little frightened. My name is Willie, said the mouse. Willie, cried Alexander. The lizard did it. He hugged Willie, and then they ran to the garden path, and there they danced until dawn. The end, my
That's
friends.
a good story.
Nice listening. Give yourselves a little round of applause. My friends, we're cruising into our next story.
That was the true story today, right?
No, Alexander and the Wind-Up Mouse was fiction, which means it's not true. It's pretend.
Okay.
But this story, Ivan, the Remarkable True Story of the Shopping Mall Gorilla by Catherine Applegate, is a true story. Non-fiction.
Sometimes it's confusing because when you hear non, you think not true.
It is. So this is true.
Right. Non-fiction.
Not true.
Fiction.
Ivan, the Remarkable True Story of the Shopping Mall Gorilla. In leafy calm and gentle arms, a gorilla's life began. The baby was born in a tropical forest in Central Africa. He was part of a large family of western lowland gorillas. The troop included babies, juveniles, females, and a male leader, the silverback. The more the baby gorilla grew, the more he played. The more he played, the more he learned. He rode on his mother's back. He listened to the hoots and grunts and chest beats of his father. He watched the older gorillas, clever and quick, as they wrestled and chased and swung from vines. He did not learn about humans until it was too late. Poachers with loud guns and cruel hands stole the little gorilla and another baby. That doesn't sound very nice. After thousands and thousands of miles and endless days in a black, damp crate, at last came light and fresh air. Does that gorilla look happy? The jungle, green with life, was gone. The gorillas had traveled halfway around the world to Tacoma, Washington. A man who owned a shopping mall had ordered and paid for them, like a couple of pizzas, like a pair of shoes. Are gorilla shoes, friends? No! People cooed and laughed and held the babies. They dressed them in human clothes and fed them human food. The shopping mall owner ran a Name the Babies contest. The winning names were Burma and Ivan. There's Burma and there's Ivan. One dark day, soon after the babies arrived in their strange new world, Burma died. Without her, Ivan was all alone, with too much left to learn. While he was little, Ivan was cute and cuddly. For 3 years, he lived in a home like a human child. He slept in a bed and went to baseball games. He held babies and rode on a motorcycle. He had to learn many things gorillas in the wild don't ever need to know. The one thing Ivan didn't need to learn was how to eat. The more he ate, the more he grew. The more he grew, the less he could live a human life in a human house. A cage in the mall became Ivan's new home. There wasn't much to do. Sometimes Ivan watched TV. Sometimes he played with an old tire. Sometimes he finger painted, signing the papers with his thumbprint. Mostly, he watched the humans watching him. Ivan was about 13 years old when his coat began to shimmer with silvery white hairs. He'd grown into a silverback gorilla. In the jungle, he would have been ready to protect his family. But he had no family to protect. Year after year passed. People began to grow angry about Ivan's lonely life. Children and adults wrote letters and signed petitions and held protests. Ivan lived in his cage without the company of other gorillas for 27 years before he was sent on another journey. This time, the hands were gentle. Zoo Atlanta wasn't a jungle. It was a place with walls. Still, the breeze carried jungle sounds and scents. Scientists who understood the needs of gorillas helped Ivan adjust slowly, carefully, gently to his new life. Finally, it was time. Was Ivan ready? Cameras clicked. Reporters watched. What's he going to do? When Ivan stepped onto the cool green grass, the sunlight gleaming on his silver hair, people cheered and laughed and wept with joy. Ivan, the shopping mall gorilla, was in a place with trees and grass and other gorillas at last. In leafy calm, in gentle arms, a gorilla's life began again. And that's the real Ivan.
That's the real picture. That's really cool. Now, he got that way because he found a purple pebble?
No. Alexander and Willie.
Oh, yeah.
Willie got that way because Alexander found a purple pebble. The two stories have nothing to do with one another.
Nothing at all.
Nothing. Other than both stories were read from books.
True.
Animals were in both stories, but these were pretend animals. And this book was about a real animal. Real animals. Cool. And humans.
Cool.
My friends, let's have an intermission, shall we?
Hippopotamus.
I was thinking that. It's like an animal
It's an
thing.
animal thing.
Ready? A hippopotamus got on a city bus. And all the people said, "You're squishing us!" Who's next? You know. A cow got on the bus. And all the people said, "Move over!" A sheep got on the bus. And all the people said, "Back up!" A snake got on the bus. And all the people said, "Sit down!" Let's do it again. Let's speed it up a little bit. Here we go. A hippopotamus got on the city bus. And all the people said, "You're squishing us!" A cow got on the bus. And all the people said, "Move over!" A sheep got on the bus. And all the people said, "Back up!" A snake got on the bus. And all the people said, "Sit down!" all those animals? I wonder what it would smell like. Or sound like. Or
taste
feel
like. Well, you wouldn't. No. Okay.
Let's move on to our next story, shall we? Is there a cat on me?
No cat. There's no
Am I a
cat.
different color?
No, I'm not messing around with it after the green algae issue. That was crazy.
My friends, Fergal and the Bad Temper by Robert Starling. It happens, friends. Bad tempers. Fergal and the Bad Temper. This is Fergal. Oh, what a nice dragon. He is a friendly little fellow. But when someone tells him what to do, Fergal gets very, very angry. Like when his dad said, "Fergal, come down for your dinner." But Fergal wanted to keep playing. And then he said Fergal had to eat all his vegetables if he wanted dessert. Fergal felt fiery. "It's not fair. I don't want to eat my grains." So Fergal didn't get any dessert, and he didn't get any dinner either. What happened to his greens? Oh, he breathed fire on them. Fergal got in a pickle on the soccer field. "You're going to be goalkeeper." Does Fergal look happy about that? What's going to happen? "It's not fair," said Fergal. "I don't want to be the goalkeeper." That's not good. His fiery temper got Fergal into trouble all over town. "You have to wait for them to cool, Fergal." Woof. No more muffins. "You have to miss a turn, Fergal." Woof. Any more game? No more game. Wherever he went, Fergal just couldn't keep his cool. Finally, his friends had had enough. "Everyone's ignoring me, Mom," said Fergal. "It's not fair." "Well, Fergal, dinner's in the trash, Bear's pastries are burned, and no one can play soccer, and that's not fair." "We all get fiery," said Mom, "but we find a way to cool down. My trick is to count to 10. The next day, Fergal felt fiery again. "That's not..." But then he remembered his mom's trick. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And he didn't feel so fiery. It worked! Fergal noticed lots of animals had their own way to cool down. When Crow felt fiery, he told his friends about it. When Fox felt fiery, he watched the sunset. Wolf always found a nice quiet spot and made a big noise. "Oh!" Cat lay back and had a really good stretch. And then there was Hare. Whizzing about stopped her feeling fiery in the first place. Now Fergal had lots of ways to cool down, and when he didn't waste his fire on being angry, he found there were much more interesting things to do with it.
Hot air balloon.
He's using all of his fiery energy elsewhere.
That's
The
cool.
end, my friends. That was Fergal. Nice listening. Now, are we ready for our last story?
Yeah, but Addison has a recommendation for you.
What, Addison?
She loves Fiona the Hippo and suggests that you watch her videos to make you happy.
Oh, I'll have to try that. Thank you so much, Addison. I
Dude,
really
that's cool.
appreciate that.
Yeah, thanks.
Ooh, good tip.
Fiona-
It's so
Fiona
good
the
to have
Hippo.
friends out there.
I
Thank
know.
you. Okay, my friends, our last story, which is also also true.
This one is true.
Fergal in the bad
Not
temper
true.
is not true.
Not true.
But still, good advice.
Good advice. Something doesn't have to be. What's the
True to be good advice.
True to be
a good story.
real? There's some
To
kind
be
of thing.
real.
C.S. Lewis had some quote about that. Like, something doesn't have to be. I don't know. We'll figure it out. Yeah. All right.
That could be a good tip.
Yeah.
Let's put that in our back pocket, shall we?
Yeah.
Plants Can't Sit Still by Rebecca E. Hirsch. Plants don't have feet or fins or wings, yet they can move in many ways. Look closely and you'll discover that plants can't sit still. Plants can wiggle. As seedlings start to grow, they squirm out of the spring soil, unfold their leaves, and reach for the warmth and the light. Plants can creep. They slither underground or crawl through tall grass, searching for the things that all plants need: water, sunshine, and room to grow. And as they search, plants can climb a fence or walk up a wall. Plants can hide from a hungry grasshopper or surprise a fly. Snap! Some plants sleep at night, leaves nodding, flowers folding closed. Others wake with the stars and lift their faces to the moon.
There's Alexander.
Plants can tumble on a breeze, whoosh, as they bounce along. Seeds sprinkle out. Who's this guy?
The lizard.
Plants even explode. They fling their seeds into the world to make new plants. See the animal? Brr, 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 brr. A seed is a plant built for travel. Seeds can whirl like helicopters or float on parachutes or glide on papery wings, but they can't sit still. Seeds hitchhike on your sock or on a fox's bushy tail. They take a ride inside a bear. Seeds even set sail, sploosh, down the river, past swaying trees, into the wide ocean, drifting, waiting for what all plants need: water, sunshine, and room to grow. When the seeds find a spot, the seedling squirms out. It unfolds its leaves. It reaches for the warmth and the light, and it keeps on moving because, you know why, plants can't sit still. The end, my friends. My friends, you guys have been awesome listeners. Give yourselves a little round of applause. No, give yourselves a big round of applause. My friends, it is time for stamps. If you have on a long sleeve, pull your sleeve up. You don't want to smear ink, you know. Now, as you know, these are imaginary stamps. It's always fun to have imaginary things because they don't take up a lot of space, you know, and you can make them whatever you want to be. Okay, Isabella, are you ready out there? Here we go. Okay, shut your eyes, and I want you to imagine what kind of stamp you have today. Do you have a flower? Do you have a little wind-up mouse? Do you have a gorilla?
Asparagus.
Do you have a fiery dragon? Do you have an asparagus? I don't know. I'm between a fiery dragon and a gorilla. Okay, let's get down to business. You have your stamp. Put it in your ink pad. What color ink do you have? I know what color I have. Okay. It's a baby gorilla.
Nice. It's purple.
It's not. It's green.
Oh, it's green.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, cool. My
No,
eyes
it's
are-
not green. I just changed it to brown. It's brown.
Nice, it's brown.
A real dark brown.
That's cool.
There. Oh, don't touch it right away.
Oh, yeah.
You still have to blow on your pretend ink so it doesn't smear. Ooh, I think I'll name it Ivan. My friends, thank you so much for joining us for Preschool Express.
And when can they join us again, Miss Rebecca?
Well, my friends, you can join us again today at 12:15 for our holiday show. Today's holiday is Halloween!
At 12:15!
Thanks, friends. Goodbye.